We're just talking. Q&A with Andre.
Here's today's question. So my district has long pushed for this AI agenda, but it seems to be more aggressive now. I feel so left behind hearing my colleagues talk about all of the thousands of teaching apps that they're using and how AI is helping them. Some even speaking on PDs about it. Help, I am lost. I still do not get this AI thing. This is a tricky one. And the reason why is because AI is completely shifting how a lot of things are happening. We've already used AI in the past. We just didn't call it that. We called it Siri. We called it Alexa. We call it Bixby. We call it Google Assistants. All of that technology is this exact same thing. It has now made its way over here to education. And there are a lot of positives and negatives in terms of AI. The main three negatives that I have seen personally, me, this guy right here, the first is cost. To have really good AI, you got to have that good money. So now we're having the haves against the have-nots, those who can get access to this versus those who cannot. The first one is always cost. The second one to me is privacy. When you say AI come into my home, into my life, into my house, next thing you know, AI is listening to all of your stuff. Those who have Google in their house and those who have Siri, they're keeping track of this. And you best believe they are data mining and selling that information. Second one to me is privacy. The third for me is bias. When you're talking about AI and you're asking AI to help in education, well, there's a lot of voices that are not heard in education. And the majority of the voices heard inside of education do not look like me. Just being real. For example, when people used to talk about how Shakespeare is the classics and we got to make sure that we teach the classics and Shakespeare. Yeah, Shakespeare is a classic. What about Baldwin? Baldwin should be a classic. What about Toni Morrison? That should be considered a classic too. If AI is mining and grabbing the data to answer the questions, are they looking all over for the best answer? Or are they just going to those who are deemed the experts in this? That could be really tricky. To me, those are the three negatives to it. Now, here's the positives to AI. The first one is closing those academic gaps. If you know that you have a student struggling in a certain subject, you really could ask AI, give me some different ways to teach this. And AI will spit out a list of different ways to teach it. That's differentiation. So now you've got more tools in your toolbox to help teach the student on those skills that they need help on. The third thing that I like about AI is it really could spark curiosity and give you ideas to build upon. Now, of course, there's a lot of students who just say, AI, write me a 5-page paper on blah, 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 and then it does spit it out. To me, that is a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing is now this gets away from teachers and professors just giving busy work, because now the students know the game. The second reason is for that, if you say, AI, I'm stuck on this, can you chart me some different ways to frame this differently? It could, which then sparks the inquiry and the curiosity to say, oh, I like how that was framed. I'm going to put it in my own words and build upon it. Going back to the question, I'm stuck, I'm lost, what do I do? My advice to you is to find one tool, one app from which to grow. There are tons and tons of websites, tons and tons of apps. It could be overwhelming. Find one, whether it be magicschool.ai, whether it be ChatGPT, whether it be Writer, whatever the AI choice is, just find one and build on that one. Learn about that one. Grow from that one. It was the exact same way that we as teachers did with Canva. It was the exact same way that we as teachers did with Google. Start with just one and then build and grow from that.